Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Canada Delite. My name is Rajat. So guys, I hope you all are busy with your IELTS preparation, and we can assure you that if you follow our videos, we will definitely help you in cracking your IELTS exam. So guys, in this video we are going to explain you about the match the heading type of questions of the listening section, which is being frequently asked in the IELTS exam. And also guys, most of the people are facing lots of difficulties in solving such kind of questions because there is a time crunch, and you have to be very quick while solving this particular kind of question. So I will give you a tips and trick to how to crack these kind of question. So I would request you all of you to stay tuned and watch the video till end so that you become excel in cracking such kind of questions. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Canada Delight. For more interesting videos, just stay tuned and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. So guys, there is a kind of example which I am right now going to solve for you. In this particular question, we have certain features, and apart from that we have areas of the world. So we have to match these areas with the feature, that is, we have to match the area with the corresponding features in which these area falls. Okay, so you have to read the question very carefully first of all. So in the question it's giving, choose 6 answers from the box and write the correct letter A to I next to the questions 15 to 20. That means you have to write these options and you have to choose from these options, and you have to write against the options which is been giving over here. Okay, and guys, two important tricks to solve this particular question is that first of all, you have to quickly skim through all the features or the options, we can say. And apart from that, as soon as the speaker will initiate the conversation, he or she will initiate in a sequential manner. For example, the information related to Asia will be spoken first. Secondly, it will be related to Antarctica, and so on and so forth. So at last, all the information related to Africa will be elaborated by the speaker. So this thing you have to keep in mind, and you have to underline each and everything quickly. So whenever you underline the options while you are skimming through the given passage, or when you are skimming through the question, so as soon as the speaker will speak that particular word, it will strike you. So this is the key to solve these kind of questions. Okay, so let's begin. I will demonstrate right now.
The unique design is based on the concept of the global village, with the playground being divided into 6 areas showing different parts of the world, each with a representative feature. For example, there is a section on Asia, and this is represented by rides and equipment in the shape of snakes, orangutans, tigers and so on, fauna native to the forests of the region. Moving south to the Antarctic, we couldn't run to an ice rink, I'm afraid, but opted instead for climbing blocks in the shape of mountains. I thought they could have had slides for the glaciers, but the designers did want to avoid being too literal. Then on to South America, and here the theme is El Dorado, games replicating the search for mines full of precious stones. And then moving up to North America, here there was considerable debate. I know the contribution of cinema and jazz was considered, but the designers finally opted for rockets and the International Space Station. Eastwards to Europe then, and perhaps the most traditional choice of all the areas, medieval castles and other fortifications. Then last but not least, moving south to Africa, and a whole set of wonderful mosaics and trails to represent the great rivers of this fascinating and varied continent. Now, the opening date for our global playground is the 10th of July. And again, we'd love to see you there. So, make a date and come and see this magnificent, original new amenity right in the heart of the city.
So guys, as you can see that lots of paraphrasing has been done in this particular section. For example, instead of jewels, speaker has said that precious stones were used. Instead of waterways, the river word was used, and in between there was some sort of description regarding the music and films, but he suddenly changed its statement. For example, in spite of music and film, he used the word but. Okay, then he shifted to space travel. You have to be very careful while listening to all the options so that you don't get confused, guys. So you can see that it's a kind of trick from the examiner to make you confuse, and so that you opt for the wrong answer. But you make sure that you quickly skim and always opt the right answer by using this underline technique. For example, guys, in 18th, that is North America, first the speaker mentioned music and films. So you can do one thing, you can put a dot or a tick in front of this particular option, but suddenly the speaker changes the statement to space travel. So when you see that the statement has been changed from one option to another, then you can cut that particular option and you can choose the new option, which is the right one. Okay, so this way you have to solve the question and you will definitely excel in this particular section. So I will be demonstrating you another example which will be kind of little bit difficult from this particular example, so stay tuned. Guys, this is our second example. So we have chosen this example because it is bit difficult from the previous one, and let's see how to solve this particular question. Before starting this question, examiner will give you 1 minute to go through the question, so you have to use this 1 minute judiciously.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
But while you're here, Mia, I wanted to ask you about the year abroad option. Would you recommend doing that?
Yes, definitely. It's a fantastic chance to study in another country for a year.
I think I'd like to do it, but it looks very competitive. There's only a limited number of places.
Yes. So, next year, when you're in the second year of the course, you need to work really hard in all your theatre studies modules. Only students with good marks get places. You have to prove that you know your subject really well.
Right. So, how did you choose where to go?
Well, I decided I wanted a program that would fit in with what I wanted to do after I graduate. So I looked for a university with emphasis on acting rather than directing, for example. It depends on you. Then about 6 months before you go, you have to email the scheme coordinator with your top 3 choices. I had a friend who missed the deadline and didn't get her first choice, so you do need to get a move on at that stage. You'll find that certain places are very popular with everyone.
And don't you have to write a personal statement at that stage?
Yes.
Right. I'll get some of the final year students to give me some tips. Maybe see if I can read what they wrote.
I think that's a very good idea. I don't mind showing you what I did. And while you're abroad, don't make the mistake I made. I got so involved I forgot all about making arrangements for when I came back here for the final year. Make sure you stay in touch so they know your choices for the optional modules. You don't want to miss out doing your preferred specialisms.
Right.
That is the end of section 3.
As you can see in question number 26, it was clearly stated theater studies, so we don't have any much trouble in finding the option. Okay, coming to question number 27, instead of the word institution was quoted by the speaker the word university, so you have to be very careful while choosing the option. Coming to the question number 28, speaker mentioned that some deadlines were missed, so instead of the deadline it is given time, which has been very closely related to deadline in option number A. So that's why we have chosen option number A over here. Okay, so coming to question number 29, when writing your personal statements, so speaker mentioned tips that he will take some tips from the final year students, right? So that is correlated to ask for help, which has been clearly given in option number G. That is why we have chosen G over here. Okay, coming to the last question, As you can see that keywords are clearly been defined in each and every questions. So we have encircled all the keywords which was spoken by the speaker at that particular point of time. So in this particular question, speaker mentioned that when doing the year abroad, she made some sort of arrangement, but travel word was not there. Okay, उसने travel word कहीं use नहीं करा है. Suddenly the statement changes to that he made a plan for the final year. So that's why we have chosen this particular option in a broader sense. Okay, so bookings or travel word कहीं भी use नहीं होता. That's we have crossed this particular option and we have chosen the C option. So you guys, this is how we solve such kind of questions, and I hope you like our video, and just stay tuned for rest of the videos which are in the pipeline, which will help you in cracking your IELTS exam. So till then, stay tuned. Goodbye. Share our videos, like our videos, and do subscribe our channel if you want to crack your IELTS exam.